Well, here's the thing. Okay.
Oh, that's me.
Well, here's the thing. Well,
Jab cross. Tyson Fury, jab cross. Tyson Fury, jab cross.
Bro, my slip husbands, welcome to the We Out Here
MMA, not podcast, but show.
Things that you probably didn't know.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to We Out Here MMA, not podcast, but show, but now podcast. Ooh, the boys are back in town. And we're doing great. I have my husbands here, the owners, or should I say co-owners of the Chicken Wing Ling Ling restaurant, aka Martial Arts Center, aka Children's Foundation. We're philanthropists.
Non-profit.
We got our favorite new birdcage husband. Give it up for Alec Acosta.
Yo, just fresh off of that fucking Knock Loose Movements tour, baby. Got the merch on today. You already know what it is.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to ask you about that. But first, let me get the intro of the one and only Nick the Ear guy. Dunn. I don't want to use Dunn anymore. I want to just be known as Nick the Ear. That's it. And I know you're trying to rebrand that, so I'm sorry about that.
Hey, Tiff,
but
I'm gonna have to change your last name to the Ear.
That was Tiffany the Ear.
Ooh,
yo, that sucks. And of course, guy in the middle, as always, in this meat sandwich is your boy Gilbert. We have a great show today. We're gonna chat about the fights. It's yum. I'm very excited. I'll tell you what about the news. There's some new pieces of news here that I like. I really want to get into tourneys. I love talking about tourneys. Go ahead.
I have a question. Does it really matter if we curse in our videos? Does that ruin the monetization, or does that ruin the algorithm? And did we ruin it already?
It does both, I believe, because I'll just say this, Tiger Belly, we just this episode where we went crazy with Giannis Papas, and we did have to do limited. We had to do limited monetization, and we say the R word a lot and at the beginning, so it kind of stopped views.
That ruins monetization. Specific words.
There's actually a whole list that you can look up.
Yeah, because when I upload the videos, there's the chart that I have to click and submit. That it submits the video. So it's like, little profanity like S word and B word, and then it's like big ones where you're talking about like doing stuff to people that don't give you permission to do it to them, and all that type of stuff. But so you have to submit to it.
Rhymes with grape.
I feel exactly, and I think I think what we do fits the criteria.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it does.
Are we doing a clean show today or what?
No.
I was just thinking about it.
We're doing a We Out Here show. But let's wait till 15 minutes in before anything else starts to happen. Because I think there's an actual human review that goes in the first 15 minutes before the algorithm check. Ooh. Anyways, but yeah, guys, a little bit behind the scenes with We Out Here.
We're having a live meeting in the middle of the episode.
We're having a full-on meeting. But if there's any YouTube professionals or people that have channels,
comment below. Help us out, bro.
Help us out. Also, I'm going to put this call to action at the top. If you'd like, I feel like I've asked before, but I think our audience is a little bigger. If any of you have skills in editing or social media or anything in Adobe Suite, and you want to be part of the show and you maybe want to help out, offer some time. We don't really have anything to pay you right now, but we do have internships. You can come down and train with us maybe once in a while. But yeah, if you love MMA, you love comedy, you vibe with us and what we do, please message us on the YouTube. Send a private message or just DM us on Instagram at We Out Here MMA. If you want to be involved with the show somehow, if you have any kind of skill set you can offer, please do that.
And
anyways,
I will say one thing. If you do that, like comment on our recent post or something and say you're messaging us for that. Because a lot of times we get messages that go straight to like requests or something, and we won't get a notification for that. So, but like if you at least comment, I'll get a notification, and then I'll be able to go and check the messages. And if it's in the requested, I'll be able to see it, or we'll all be able to see it. And each one, if it's on our personal page or the other one.
Cool. All right, let's get into it, guys. Any thoughts on the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case? Let's just get it out there.
You think she really pooped the bed? See, I was about to say the other word, but I switched it because of the algorithm.
The only thing that I know about this whole thing is that she pooped in his bed. I don't even know why.
Amber Turd.
I don't even know why they're in court. I don't know why they're in court. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why he still looks like Jack Sparrow, even though he's in normal clothes. But obviously, this girl pooed his bed, and that's all I know from this whole story.
I'll say this. I was talking about this with my lady and my sister-in-law, and we were saying, they're both crazy. They're both nuts, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's why they got attracted to each other. Two crazy people attract each other.
But who's doing the heavy lifting of the crazy
There's levels. Hey, there's levels to this game.
It seems like it's Amber Turd, bro. And Amber Turd. On top of that, it kind of makes Johnny, Johnny. Well, I was about to say Johnny Knoxville. It makes Johnny Depp seem kind of likable from the clips that I've seen. I've only seen one or two clips though, like
dude, all 20-second clips. Is watch the montages of him against the lawyers, and it's just like her team is like really like grasping for shit, and he's just smirking.
It seems like everyone's infatuated with him. Everyone's like, "Oh man, he's such a funny guy."
You know what it is?
Making everybody laugh.
Bro, part of it is deaf. They're all probably like, "Fuck, man, shit."
Yeah.
Hey, yo, bro, come on! You're ruining the algorithm. Hey,
hey, bleep that out, fool.
Yeah, I'll bleep it out. I'll bleep it.
Yeah, if you actually look at the trial or the courtroom, you see the people in the back, just like a bunch of like regular white looking people. It's because it's just open to, I think, like people in Virginia. So people are just going there to watch the case, and they're all just laughing at all his jokes. Look, Johnny Depp, I think was already likable, but I think people were watching this because he's so private. He's one of the most private celebrities, and this girl decided to be like, Amber Turd decided to finally like, hey, let's just put all this out there because I'm gonna win. Nah, B-word. You about to be Amber Turd and lose.
You unsmart B-word.
Tiff told me about a quote that they read from a text message, and it was a text message from Johnny Depp to Amber Heard, and he said, after I kill you, I'm going to have sex with your body to make sure you're dead. And then I was like, is that what he really said? And she was like, yeah, kind of jacked up that he said that, right? And I go, yeah, totally. And then he admits to saying it, and I'm like, well, at least he admitted it. That was my logic.
Hey, Nick, great take. All right.
But isn't that crazy? No. Obviously, don't say that. Like, that's wild. But at the same time, you're like, he was like, yeah, I said that. Yeah, I did say that. Yeah. Like, the fact that he admitted that openly, I'm like, to me, that makes me think she's way crazier. Is that wrong?
I'll be honest, I'm not following your logic, but I side with you, dude.
Bro, I saw
No. I'll say this. The reason I'm going to defend it, because motherfuckers that talk like that and who can admit that they're wrong and was like, yo, I was just really mad. Obviously, hyperbole. God. Okay. You know what I mean? But he was like, yo, I was freaking losing my mind and I did say that. I didn't mean to. Well, actually, he meant to say that. But did he really mean that? Did he really mean he was going to kill her and have sex with her body afterwards? I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think so. He worked for Disney.
I think that was Jack Sparrow.
I saw a video where like she's like talking to her lawyer and she comes up smiling and then immediately goes.
She does the cry thing. Crazy. Oh my god,
dude! There's a compilation of her like copying him, like when she drinks out of a bottle of water. People are like making these connections. It's the conspiracy theories coming out of these like 1 minute YouTube clips that pop up in my algorithm. Pretty interesting.
And then I saw another video too where the lawyer asked her, so you would say that you're bigger than Amber, right? And he's like, I wouldn't say so. And then it looks like she gets all taken back. Like she's all like, I don't want to do this no more.
I wouldn't say, she's fatter than me. He should have said that. Yeah, I think she's fatter than me. For
she's
sure.
way fatter than me.
Oh, much.
But guys, speaking of a woman like Amber Turd, you know who she can't beat? Is our new future champion, Jessica Andrade. Again, gentlemen, let's do our fight recap. No cap. We have Amanda Lemos trying to take the crown from the Bulldog, Jessica Andrade. But guess what? You can't, because you get submitted while standing up. That's what happens.
That was crazy.
If Jessica Andrade doesn't want to knock you out with a body shot or a hook to the chin, she just stands there, flexes her back, and chokes you out. Nick, tell me a little bit about that choke. Like, is that normal? Is that easy to do in that position or what?
No, I think that's really hard. And let's be real, Andrade has had it's a really hard submission to finish in general. Like on the ground, it is a little tough. Like you really need everything going for you to make sure you can finish that pretty tight. But the fact that she did it against the cage is even crazier. But my point about Andrade is like she has the most unique finishes in the women's division by far.
Right? For sure.
Like, just the way she beats people seems like she's probably the most dangerous fighter in the women's division. She really is. Like, she gets her ass beat half the round, right? When she's fighting Rose, dumps her in her head, slams her. Some people might say Amanda Lemos was giving her the work, and up until she got her against the cage and submitted her. So she's very explosive. She has fight-ending power in the weirdest situations, and she finds a way to win. So Jessica Andrade, the Bulldog, not her nickname. Why are you even saying?
But
that?
she is like a little bulldog. She's like a little
bulldog.
Portuguese bulldog. Come on.
She's like a pit bull,
Portuguese
brother.
bulldog.
She's a pit bull.
Yeah, bull, brother.
Alex, speaking of Pitbull, I don't think we even talked about this last time. Yo, what happened at Bellator when Pitbull beat that rising star? What's his name?
AJ McKee.
Bro, I thought we all had AJ McKee being like, he's gonna win this, then he's gonna go UFC, he's gonna take the belt, and then homie he lost.
I just think the pressure might have got to him a little bit, or it was just a matter of he thought he was gonna walk through him and he just didn't. I think that's what.
Yeah.
He's still so young. That's like the first like hard fight he's had in his whole career, you know. So
yeah, every other fight has been just like walk through.
He finishes everybody in the first round. Everybody, you know.
Yeah. Do you want to know who else was finishing the first round? Is Amanda Lemos. Alex, tell me where you see Jessica Andrade now. Like, I mean, she had obviously held the championship at one point. Is she next in line for title shot or what?
I don't think that next in line, but I mean, I feel like she's always going to be a top, one of the top girls in the featherweights. Because like what Nick said, she has
featherweights.
Like one of the only, she's not one of the only, but she is probably, she's one of the women that are putting on finishes and shit. You don't see too many finishes and stuff. And she's out here like knocking girls out cold, like when she knocked out Carolina, right? The body shot on the other girl, Calderwood or Wood and Kukajian, yeah. But then like this one, what was crazy is how much shorter she is. She's like 5'1", and she got a standing arm triangle against a girl like almost like 6 inches taller than her, or some crazy shit like that. I'm just like, holy fuck. But yeah, that's the thing. She's always gonna be dangerous because I was one of those people when this fight started and it was going. I was like, oh yeah, like what I thought Amanda Lemos was gonna do, she's doing. And then she overextended on one of those crosses that still kind of landed, but it just gave Jessica Andrade enough space to grab her. And man, she just literally grabbed her in that position and just kept going for it. You could see all those little muscles all working. And
ooh, the way you talk about them, Alex, that's
muscles.
The muscles.
On a mother and they're tweeting and they went.
Speaking of muscles, unfortunately, I was wrong last week. I said I had Clay Guida winning. But young blood came in, submitted first round. Is the kid good, or is Clay Guida at the age of 55?
Whoa, rude.
So I'm rude. And so Nick,
did he look like he was missing a 55. Step at all in that fight?
Yeah.
In what way? What do you think?
Though that he got submitted in the first round.
Let's talk about the finish though. Did you not think his name Claudio?
Hey, know who you're talking about? You're about to fight me in a word battle.
No.
Claudio Puelles.
It's the I'm just making sure here. I'm just covering my bases. Do you think Claudio, his setup for that knee bar was it was perfect. It was beautiful. That setup.
I'm not disagreeing
with
knee
bars in the UFC.
You think he's just some guy who just I just watch how to do knee bars on YouTube and then I'm just gonna see if I can pull it off in a fight. You think that's who he is, Gil?
Corey Sandhagen.
To what?
He watches videos. He talked about he watches videos. Maybe it's a different fighter. I think I'm confusing them.
Dude, Claudio's sick, bro. His submission game. Yeah. He had Clay Guida in really tight submissions the whole fight, and Clay, to his credit, fought out of a lot of deep submissions. So the kid's good, bro. The kid is very good. That setup was beautiful.
Alex, what story sits out more for you? Is it the fact that we got someone new on the rise, just beat a vet, and kind of like, oh, this guy can do some damage in division next couple of years? Or is it more like, man, Clay Guida, it's time for him to retire? Like, what kind of weighs more for you?
I feel like it's a little bit of both. I mean, Clay Guida is always going to be like a tough challenge because he's like that grindy, gritty, like wrestler guy who's just going to always, just keep going. But Yeah, I mean, at the people that he's fought, like that Grootmeyer guy or whatever the fuck his name is, and then Clay.
Never say it right.
They look exactly like each other. They have the same haircut in their fights too, and he got them both with knee bars. I mean, it's like, yeah, it's gonna be. I feel like I'm gonna be more excited now when I see him fight a little bit better and younger competition. You know what I'm saying? Like people that are also coming up in lightweight, because he has some good fights. You know, if he is really good, he's a prospect. So. He's showing us that he has skills against like a veteran, Clay Guida, who's fought against every single type of fighter you can think of. And he was able to stay calm and keep working those submissions and get that knee bar. So I'm excited. I think he's really good. I think, yeah, obviously the competition he's fighting right now might not be on his level, but I feel like we're going to start seeing him now start to fight some better people. And I think he's still going to do pretty well. We'll
Who's
see.
a good fight for him next?
At lightweight,
yeah, that's a killer's row.
Yeah, you know who I wouldn't mind is like him against like a Brad Riddell or something like that. See him against like a top
already.
End.
Wow.
I mean, but he has to jump into the top 15, right? What's Brad Riddell ranked? He's not ranked like too high, I don't think. But
what about he's 14.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Dan Hooker is all the way down to 13 already. Jeez.
But I'm just saying, like he's gonna have to jump into the top 15 at some point. So, let him fight one of those guys. I want to see him against a really good striker, even if it's
Joel Alvarez.
Yeah, Joel Alvarez. That guy's really good too. Fight. The only issue why I don't want to see them fight is just because he's still so young. But did he get ranked after his last fight? Didn't he just...
He lost to Arman. But that's Arman.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Arman, though. Yeah. But, yeah, I mean... I would want to see that fight wait a little bit because they're both prospects, so let them fight when they're both like ranked or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him against like Diego Ferreira's number 15.
Yep.
He could fight him, or that Mateus Gamrot guy, the guy that submitted.
That guy's a motherfucker too.
I mean, let's see how good his ground game really is. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of good fights.
Yeah. Those are the two. That was the main event and co-main event. Also, we had Macy Barber winning. She won decision. I don't think anything crazy on that fight.
Good. She looked good.
She did look good. Tough. Finally. Lando Venata did not get the win, which is really sad.
Dude, that fight was good though. Huh?
He always bangers. He never wins.
Lando Venata at 145, I think is a good. He's older, but I think they were talking in the commentary saying that him being at 155. He was always a little bit lighter than everybody else. So him at 145, he looked good. Obviously, Charles Jourdain is a fucking savage, bro. Like he's built for that type of shit. Like he's out there for war, and he just got caught. Like I don't really think it was that big of a deal. Like he just got caught off balance right into that guillotine. Beautiful setup. His pants came off. That was weird,
bro. I was like, that was the most embarrassing thing because like Nada got after he tapped, he was just like, man, fuck, like pulling up his shorts and shit. I was like,
that's embarrassing. Yeah. You ever get your pants falling off while you get choked out? That's happened to me.
Yeah, dude. That don't do that.
Gilbert's reading something. He would even listen to what you're saying.
Eating? Don't do that.
Sorry, guys. I'm just foreshadowing. There's a hybrid fight on the way. Anyways.
Stupid.
First of all, a lot of first round submissions in this. This is actually a pretty fun card in terms of just like wins. Any other comments? Any other fighters? Jordan Wright,
Tyson Pedro,
Dwight Grant, Tyson Pedro. Any comments? Alex, we'll go to you. Anything that stood out to you on the other fights of the card?
I like the Tyson Pedro fight. I mean, I like Tyson Pedro, and then like the big one, just the very first fight, the Mike Jackson one, the guy that beat CM Punk, but then something happened where the fight became a no contest or some shit like that, right? So then he's like 1-1, but now he's 1-1. But honestly, like at that point though, like I didn't get to watch that full fight because I was out Legoland with my nephew.
But why would you watch that fight though?
Just I want to see what Mike Jackson can do. You know what I'm saying? Like he beat the fuck out of CM Punk, kind of.
Bro, if I have to choose between that fight and Legoland, I'm putting my focus on Legoland.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I was waiting in line for a hamburger because we got there a little late. So I told my brother, like, hey, we were starving. I was like, hey, just walk with Will, go around and start, do shit. Because not really like that many rides. And I was like, I'll wait in line for us to get food. So as I was waiting, started watching it, the last thing I saw was that guy literally like grab his eye and like it looked like he was like gouging his eyeball out. that's kind of what it just looked like to me. I wasn't watching with any noise or anything, but I was like, ooh. Then when they show the slow-mo, I'm like, man, did Mike Jackson say something to Dean Barry to where like he got mad at him or some shit? Because it looked pretty gross, to be honest. Like it looked really intentional to me, and I guess it was 3 fouls. I didn't see the other 2. So I was like, oh.
He kept getting kicked in the balls or something like that.
Yeah, so at that point, I was like, well, fuck me. I mean, Dean Barry, bro. Like, you can't be doing all that shit and get all mad when you get fucking disqualified.
Hey, you know what? Speaking of well, actually, we'll talk about this really quick. Mike Jackson, his first fight, lost to Mickey Gall, right? Submitted. Okay. Then he wins a fight against CM Punk, but it gets overturned. So that becomes a no contest. His first win in the UFC is by DQ against Dean Barry.
Bro, beat a prospect.
And then speaking of another cheater that Alex doesn't like, or a guy that has questionable tendencies, Manel Cape, he got popped for steroids, and that's why he wasn't fighting.
Oh yeah, he was supposed to fight, right?
That was the reason why.
Dude, he got popped for like a banned substance, and that's the reason why he didn't fight.
Who was he supposed to fight again? I forgot about that. I was wondering. I was like, I feel like we're missing. Oh yeah, and the
M3 picograms.
And then also the heavyweight fight got moved. Remember?
Yeah, that fight got canceled too. I really wanted to see that fight, Romanov, but he didn't fight.
Yeah.
Other guy pulled out. I think Tanner did.
Are there still guys that still doing steroids right now in the UFC, knowing about USADA? Like, do they know? Are they just smarter? How to get around it? You know what it is?
Everyone says is that like, yeah, USADA's there, but there's still ways around it. That's what a lot of the guys are saying. So like, I'm sure it stopped a lot of the dumb people that were doing, like, steroids or banned substances, but it's still happening from what a lot of people say.
Did you guys by chance listen to the Bobby Green on Joe Rogan yet?
Not yet. I only heard
I heard the story about him in prison, like that guy telling the prison story.
His dad, but no, there's another little clip. I won't give it all away so you guys can watch it. He said at one point, active fighter, USADA didn't test him for over 18 months. So that should show you that people are still fucking doing it. And here at the end of the day, when I hear that, you know that some of these fighters they have to have an in at USADA, and they're gonna get notified in advance like, hey yo, check it, you're gonna get tested. I mean, if we just think that shit don't happen, we're
ignorant.
We're ignorant, because it's like, bro, at the high end sport like this, bro. Especially when he says, and then he was saying like these fighters in Thailand, that's why people go to Thailand, is because USADA doesn't go out there. So USADA won't go out to Thailand to test these people. So
CKB and fucking Tiger Muay Thai, Fiziev on the juice.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is that Bobby Green's dad talks about those guys particularly, and he just says that shit. But then
Bobby, his dad, that white guy.
Yeah,
it's like it is an adopted dad.
Oh, I didn't get that at first.
But yeah, he was saying that shit. So yeah, to answer your question, hell yeah. I mean, look at TJ. TJ was on the biggest, like, he's on main event fighting for the title.
That's not confirmed yet.
And that little snake.
We only know he did that for Henry Cejudo. We don't know about the other stuff. Okay, so don't go here pointing your blame game fingers at the legend, the Viper.
And then And then he's like, I have a scientist as my strength and conditioning coach. Yeah, scientist.
Dan Calvia, bro. He's good. He's great.
Obviously, he thought he was smart enough to get TJ away with taking drugs, and it just didn't work. And then he wants to go be like, my coaches had no idea. It's like, yeah, fucking right.
Your coaches had every idea.
When I was taking tests, I think the first person I told was Nick. Hell yeah, bro. I just jumped on some testosterone, player.
But did you make 125?
Yes.
Did you make 125?
I did.
That's all I gotta say.
He did it.
That's all I gotta say.
Oh wow, yeah. I'm so interested in the steroid talk just because I'm always curious how people get around it. But
everybody is doing
18 months.
Yeah.
18 months. You know, one person I'm almost 100% certain, maybe has done it in the past, but did not do it at the height of his career, is Michael Bisping. I do think Michael Bisping.
Yeah, he never had muscle. He never looked like he did.
He's like an average guy that works out.
Very rude.
Bro, there's this one fighter that just fought on PFL. I was looking at him like, bro, there's no way this guy wasn't on steroids at one point in his life. Like, he was so jacked, and you're just like, bruh,
Hey, some people got a natural like me, bro. You see that?
Yeah, like you and big old
bro.
titties that we're gonna talk about later. I think he's fighting.
No, he's not. It's almost big titty, but it's not big titty.
It's not. We'll call him little titties. We'll talk.
We'll never get any fighters on the show again, bro.
All right, guys. Let's get into our We Out Here morning news.
It's even louder this week. Louder.
Yeah, can we stop blowing out my eardrums? All right, Alex, why don't you hit that link so we can see a little photo of the boys next to each other. Tyson Fury announces hybrid fight versus UFC champion Francis Ngannou following knockout win. I saw a clip of this online. I was kind of shocked to see in the same shot Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury, and they were both talking in the ring with their arms around each other. So I was like, damn. The first thing that came to my mind was, I don't know if this is going to actually happen, but it was Ngannou and his team are smart to show up on that stage to say there is a fight happening, to put pressure on Dana White for it to happen. So shout out to Ngannou for creating his own destiny in the fight game. What do you guys make of this? Alex, any thoughts?
I mean, at this point, it's like Tyson Fury just did a fight in front of, like, what was it, 92,000 people?
How crazy is that?
Dana White, like, bruh, you made money off Conor. You don't think you'll make money off this fight? Like, just give the man what he wants. Let him fucking fight Tyson Fury and keep him in the UFC. You did it for Conor. This little weak-ass motherfucker right here. Do it for Tyson Fury, or do it for Ngannou. Why not, bro?
And also, and Dana White, make your money off of it, too. You get paid, too.
Hey, can I say something real quick? I'm going to defend Conor right now, because the slander is real, bro. The slander is very
What about the Island Boys? Can you defend the Island Boys on that top?
I can't defend the Island Boys.
Bro, they're sponsored by Everlast. They got a sponsor in the fight world faster than us.
And they still got the shittiest gloves from Everlast. Everlast was like, hey, we love you guys, but we're going to give you guys the worst gloves we sell. Here you are. You can have them. And they're 12 ounces, but they're going to look like 25 ounces on you boys. Here you guys go. Anyway, but bro, Conor broke history. He broke records with that.
Alex.
Okay? So put some respect on his name, because the fact that we're even talking about this fight is even able to happen is because of Conor. But do I want Francis Ngannou to make all the money in the world? I want him to make all the money. Do I want to see this fight? No. I don't give two shits about this fight.
Would you like to see it if it was an MMA fight?
Yes, but stand up only.
You know, I will say this.
Stand up only.
I don't know if you guys agree with me or not. I think that Ngannou has a better chance of beating Fury than Conor McGregor did beating Floyd Mayweather.
You think so, really?
Only because Tyson Fury gets hit. I mean, Floyd Mayweather's thing is he don't get touched.
Hit, yeah.
That's not, I mean, don't get me wrong, Fury's probably the best heavyweight boxer, one of the best we've ever witnessed box. But it's like he can get hit, and if Ngannou does hit him, I mean, we do know Ngannou hits really hard. I think he has a better shot of beating Tyson Fury, especially because we've seen Tyson Fury get, like, knocked down, right? Little flash knockouts. We haven't really seen that with Floyd. We've seen it. I think he's gotten rocked a couple times, but in just perspective, I think he has a better chance of winning the cross-promotion fight than Conor McGregor did beating, Floyd Mayweather, who's arguably one of the best boxers ever.
Yeah. Nick, I think when they say hybrid fight, I don't think we're getting what maybe we saw in ONE FC with Demetrius Johnson and that one guy, Rotantong. But
what was his name, bro?
Rotatang. How do you say it?
Roti Prata. No. His name is Rotang. I was rude.
Say it Thai, though, dude.
You made it sound way more foreign than it needed to be. And I have a problem.
But I do believe
like Filipino.
I think their version of hybrid. I think that's delicious. I think their version of hybrid fight here is a proposed straight up boxing match with MMA gloves. Is that what I'm understanding here?
I think they should just do. They should do this. They should do stand up boxing, just MMA gloves, and just have a gentleman's agreement. Hey, no takedowns. We can clinch whatever.
So wait,
but
they can kick
in the octagon or in the boxing ring?
In the octagon, MMA gloves, kind of like how they do ONE FC.
Okay, MMA gloves, stand up, basically Muay Thai essentially.
No kicking though. No kicking, just boxing.
No kicking.
You could do that.
Dude.
You could do kicking. You could do both. I'm cool with either.
Yeah, Tyson Fury was training kicks with Darren Till that one time, remember?
Yeah.
When's the last time? I don't think I've ever seen Francis throw a kick before.
He did pick Cyril Gane. He did.
Down opponent.
Yeah.
Like the low kicks.
He doesn't have good kicks though. I will say that. I mean, his form.
Not yet.
Yeah, they're not good, but he does throw kicks, and I'm sure coming from Ngannou doesn't matter. They're still so fucking powerful. So, I mean, I wouldn't mind it, but just don't even do kicking. Let's just see boxing.
Just do boxing, MMA gloves in the octagon,
and clinching. No, don't allow clinching.
Let them clinch, or you do it like Triller. How they do the fucking Trigon.
No, oh my God. Fight. Get that shit out of here.
Let's get Francis in a Trigon fight with Tyson Fury.
Hey, dude, I don't want to speak business on air, but I will say this, which is, I think, kind of funny. I think I'm one person removed from getting in touch with the people at Triller on something. And from I heard from these one people, one step away, they're like, these guys are the worst.
Thank God they don't watch this show.
They're like, these guys are wild with what they think they can do. We almost don't want to be in business with them.
They're like, we're going to have boxing fights on the moon.
In this day and age, we need those guys. We need those guys to push the envelope.
Push the envelope,
in a lot of weird ways.
Hey, if Elon Musk didn't do Tesla, would we be driving in cars without our hands on the wheel?
Would he be buying Twitter for us to have free speech? I don't think so.
We could do a jiu-jitsu car match in the backseat of a taxi, anything's possible, my babies.
I love that. All right, guys. So in the comments down below, we'd love to hear if this was just a boxing match in a boxing ring with MMA gloves, let's say possibly clinch. Longer clinches. Who do you guys have winning that? So down in the comments below, Tyson Fury or Francis Ngannou. All right, guys. Second piece of news: Henry Cejudo meets with the UFC, targeting Aljamain Sterling for return. Sterling responds. Let's throw that photo up there of Henry Cejudo with Mr. Magoo and Sean Shelby. Like, who is that guy? Do you know who that guy is?
I don't know.
Look at the guy with the glasses.
Yeah, I don't know. Sean Shelby also looks like a biker, but that's trying to like change his ways and be dressed nice, but still doesn't realize how to dress nice. You know?
Hey, you know, this past week I've been driving when we went to Malibu. Yeah. On the way there, I saw a Mongol. On the way back, I saw a Hell's Angel. That's pretty crazy.
A little scary.
That's pretty rare, isn't it?
Like, that's very rare to see that on the same ride.
In Malibu, right?
What's also rare is for a champion to win 2 belts, say he's going to retire and say, I'm done with the sport, you guys need me, but then ultimately come back because he ran out of money.
I don't know if he ran out of money, though.
Okay, I want someone to defend that. I wanted someone to defend that. Shout out to your boy, Filipino Flash.
Yeah, no, I just think that he's just, Cejudo's still younger. He's not, like, old, and I just think that, like, here's what I personally think. I think he didn't realize how big he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like
too many negatives. What does that mean?
Like, I think that he thought he was a lot bigger than he thought he was. So when he retired, the retired life wasn't as, like, people praising him and shit like that. I don't really think he needs money, but I think
he wants legacy, right?
He wants a better legacy.
He just wants a better legacy, because if he comes back and does this, then you really can't deny him, bro. Like, he's beating these good people.
You want to know what I think caused this riff of him like wanting to come back is when he saw Habib leave.
Yeah.
The way he saw Habib leave and he saw like that type, maybe that was like, fuck, I think I retired a little too early.
He's like, I want that respect. He wants that respect as a champion.
And honestly, because like he is by far one of the greatest combat athletes of all time. You can't doubt
for
that.
Sure.
Without a doubt. The fact that he's Triple C is a pretty big deal, and what he's accomplished. And I think a lot of people kind of will raise an eyebrow because of the way he won those belts, right? I think there's always going to be an asterisk next to a name, which I think is a little unfair. But at the same time, I think he realized that he needs to do more on the sport. Maybe that's why he's like, oh, I need to come back. And I feel like him coming back and smashing Aljo, I think
that
is a good start.
Yeah,
it's a good
start.
Also,
I think he also just got burnt out, honestly, because he's been competing forever. He's such one of those weird competitors,
bro. And he had to train for one of the greatest fighters we ever seen 2 times in his prime. So it's just like, imagine like the preparation and mentally just trying to get ready to fight Demetrius Johnson. You know what I'm saying? So like, he did that. He made easy work of that stupid, goddamn, freaking cheater that shouldn't be in this sport but still is, TJ Dillashaw.
Let's be real. He concussed himself. He concussed himself making 125.
That's you thought he was saying that he was gonna beat him.
And he did. No, he did for sure. But
and
that dude looked like he stepped like he was in an internment camp or something. Like he looked so fucking bad.
Honestly, the Dominic Cruz fight, and it was a little bit of an early stoppage, but I think that it probably would have just got finished. I think it played in Dominic Cruz's favor that it got stopped at that point, because I don't think that Henry Cejudo was gonna let him off. You know what I'm saying? I think that he was just gonna go harder and harder. And aside from all the cringiness, Henry Cejudo's fucking good. So it's not like, we're talking about some chump guy that kind of just got lucky, He's good, bro. The way that he was able to turn around to literally get obliterated by Marlon Moraes in that first round, to go back to his corner, know what he was doing wrong, come back and just beat the living shit. That shows you how good he is. So, yeah.
Okay, who's more cringe? This is the real debate. This is what people really want to hear us talk about.
Aljo.
100%. Is Aljo more cringe than Henry Cejudo?
Yes,
I think so.
Because Aljo is like, Henry's playing into it. Aljo is, but not enough. So it's like, oh, you're kind of trying to be yourself. And it's
especially when he gets all mad at John McCarthy. He's like, everybody has their opinion. That's fine. It's like, really? Is it fine, though? Because you're so mad that John McCarthy had an opinion about you.
He goes, everybody can have an opinion, and that's fine. But fuck you, John McCarthy.
Fuck basically
you,
what
Big
he
John.
said. Hey, algorithm, bro.
Yeah, algorithm, bro.
It's past 15 minutes, bro. We're good.
I said frick.
Yeah.
You can bleep it out so no one knows what I'm saying.
All right, early predictions right now. And this moment, Henry Cejudo, Aljamain Sterling. Who wins the fight and how? Alex.
Henry Cejudo. I think he wins by decision against Aljo, and I honestly 100% think he beats everybody. I think his wrestling, you can't discredit his wrestling, his speed, his power and strength. Like, he's a nightmare matchup for everybody right now in the division, honestly. So yep. I think he beats everybody, honestly. I think he'll if he really wanted to, he could have a pretty good run at 135, and I think he can get that Khabib respect when he retires.
I agree 100% with Alex Acosta. Nick, I'd love to get your take. I know you were saying that the one person that he may have trouble with is Jack Shore. Tell us why.
No, well, we still need to see Jack Shore develop, right? We still need to see how well he does. But skill set wise, look, there's a lot of killers at 135. You got Umar Nurmagomedov, killer, and he's a finisher, right? Really good wrestling, but he also finishes. Even ranked. You seen him fight?
Oh, you got him mad right there.
Hey, is he ranked? Ranked?
Have you seen him fight?
He's high ranked. I can do it all day too, baby. You got your point, I got mine. This is how America
He's not,
is right now.
But your answer is you still haven't seen him fight, brother.
I haven't, brother.
So why are you talking shit?
He's good. He's Habib's cousin.
Why, bro, all of a sudden we're like, rankings mean everything. Bro, this dude has like 3 fights in the UFC. You know what I mean?
If he can't beat, if he hasn't beat Marlon Moraes yet, you're not on my radar. That's all I'm saying.
Gil's like, you have 3 fights in the UFC, you're not ranked yet? What the fuck is your problem? Hamzat? Trash.
Yeah, trash.
No, but my point is with there's a lot of really great talent at 135, and if Henry Cejudo, I feel like he has a skill set to be champ for a really long time, but I feel like these guys are so good and they fight at such a high level at 135. These guys could fight 10 different times with you name the people, and the fights would look different every single time. That's how close I think these guys are. So
I agree.
He's not ranked. Okay, he's not ranked.
Just want to put that out there.
Just like when I think Henry Cejudo fighting Corey Sandhagen, it's like he's gonna take him down and beat him up on the floor
badly.
Yes. Peter Yan, I think he does the same thing. I think his wrestling obviously is gonna be a lot stronger than Aljo's. I think he beats up Aljo on the floor. Honestly, his striking has developed a lot. Ever since he's really focused on that. Rob Font takes down, beats up. Jose Aldo takes down, beats up. We already seen him fight Dominic Cruz. Marlon Chito Vera takes down, beats up. Song Yudong takes down. It's almost like the Khabib. Like, I feel like I know his game plan for all these fights, and I feel like the game plan would work perfect in almost every single fight until he fights someone like maybe Umar Nurmagomedov. You know,
I have one question. I have one question for you guys. How many fights have we seen Henry Cejudo take some people down and keep them down the whole fight?
Honestly, I don't think it's that many.
He's kind of more of a striker. Let's be real.
He's turned. I would say he's turned into more of a striker, a very good striker.
But the reason why I say that he'll do that is because you have really good strikers in 35. I feel like. Mm-hmm. So I feel like
I also will argue a lot of the guys at 135 are very well rounded in like their overall MMA game, right? So it's like he did a really good job beating all kind of like the generation that he came up with and before them. But who has he out of the new generation of 135ers? Who has he fought?
Wilson Rice.
You're right. And you're right. His name is Wilson Rice. Like
Wilson Rice, bro.
You piece of shit.
Heist. Wilson Heist.
Is he ranked though? Is he ranked?
Hey, you know, honestly, I know this is kind of off topic, but you know what I think is a sleeper in the whole division?
Jack Shore, you're right, bro.
No, not even Jack Shore, but you know, fucking Ricky Simone, bro.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Like,
100%.
honestly, I think, bro, that's
our guy, bro.
He's so strong and he's explosive, dude. That I mean, I feel like, you know, and he beat Marab, remember?
He beat the shit out of Marab.
So it's I don't.
And also,
still ranked 12.
There's something. Well, I'll say that goes to my point. There's something to the fact that like, who wants to fight Ricky Simone, right? Like he's a tough fight on paper. You know he's down to scrap every single time. He's a big, strong, durable dude, and on top of that, he's not highly ranked. So it's not really enticing for people to want to fight him, you know. Yeah. So I think there's some interesting setups with that. So we'll see. Who knows? 135 is stacked, bro. It's so fun.
Yeah,
it's stacked. Even though I will say, I think Alex is right. I think Henry pretty much wins all those fights. I think the most competitive one though is he moves up to 145. That's what I'm most interested in him and Volkanovski, honestly.
I want him in Volk because look, if you're gonna come back, you might as well fight for the title, bro. You might as well fight for the 145.
But that's what
forget Aljo, bro. You can come back and do Aljo later. Go to 145. I think that's the fight to make.
I'd want that fight, but from how Dana White's talking, I feel like he probably needs to fight Aljo first because Dana White's not going to give. I think he'll get a title.
He's just annoyed.
I think he'll get a title shot at bantamweight immediate. Featherweight, he would have to fight somebody. So if he can just go imagine he's a champ. No matter what, if he beats Aljo, then that makes that Volk fight even bigger because now
champ versus champ.
Yeah. So I just
you're right.
He has to do the Aljo fight first.
Oh my God!
And Dana's like, please beat Aljo, please.
100%.
Hey, so when I sent you guys the video, you saw what I was saying, right, about Dana's face when he.
I watched it. I watched it. Yeah.
I was like, bruh, he gave that shit away. I was like, holy fuck.
That was probably the most obvious look I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, I was like, you hella gave that shit away. I didn't even need Bruce Buffer to say anything.
Here's what I will say. What I wish Bruce Buffer would say is, UFC launches 8-man road to UFC tournament in Singapore.
Oh!
Guys, I'm genuinely excited about this. The UFC, I'll repeat in a normal voice, is launching an 8-man road to UFC tournament in Singapore. Why did my nuts get hard? It's cold in my room.
When I saw this story, dude, I thought of Gilbert immediately, and I just heard your voice saying, I don't understand why the UFC doesn't do tournaments. They should just do tournaments. They just need to do tournaments.
Guess what? They delivered. They heard me. They heard me, and they delivered. I don't know about you guys. I'm excited about this. Just let me give you a little more information for the audience. The promotion officially announced that Thursday that a tournament featuring top MMA prospects in Japan, Korea, Philippines, Thailand, Indonesia, India, and the UFC Academy in China across 4 divisions will take place, with the winners in each division receiving a UFC contract. Why not? Why not do this? I think it's going to speak. They'll sell probably the media rights somewhere in Asia, where it's kind of competing with the ONE FC. People get to go behind, like they get to be behind someone from their actual country, not these like Asian Americans, but actual Asians. I think this is a good idea. I'm kind of like hyped up on this. Honestly.
Low key, they kind of, I don't want to say they stole.
They stole it.
They kind of nudged at ONE FC because they do have Road to ONE FC all the time, and they have name. So it's funny that they chose that to go to Singapore of all places. So
God, if we had more, if we stop getting demonetized, we'd have so much money to go to Singapore to watch this. But we just keep saying F-bombs and the B word.
Fucking shit.
Shit for fun.
Alex, what do you think about this? I don't know if you're big onto like the tournaments. Have you in the past like the Strike Force ones or any of the Pride ones, or you kind of more like I've been there, done that. It's kind of old school. It's more about like I like the turn, like what Bellator's doing right now. I think that's sick. You like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's cool because then you know what fight's happening, and there's no way around it. So like the fights that need to happen. It's not promotion. It's not any of this bullshit. It's the fight who you got to win to fight for the title, and I feel like that's more of the sport. I feel like it's more sport instead of entertainment. Obviously, they stack these brackets and stuff to be entertaining, but it's also the best fighters in the division. So I think it's cool. I mean, it's like it's the road to the UFC, so it's not like they're UFC fighters, but it'll be cool to see some young talent. I feel like when stuff like this is on the line, usually you get amazing fights because this is these people's dreams to get into the UFC. And this is going to be the first bracket that they've really done like this. So I feel like we're going to see some cool fights. And it's just going to lead up to that sick pay-per-view out in fucking Abu Dhabi when Glover Teixeira beats Yuri, whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah, I find it's hard to do it with bigger names because it's just too expensive. Like for contracts and fights.
They should do it at 170. Whole division, top 10 at 170 to fight Usman. Connor wins.
Ooh.
I gotta go pee.
We're back, guys. Nick just went poop all over the bed like Amber Turd. Let's do our quick picks with Alec Acosta and Nick, the poop turd, Dunn.
Is that my new nickname?
First fight. We are at the UFC Apex on Saturday, April 30th at 4 p.m. And let me tell you guys, we have a yummy jum here. We have Rob Font, or as Sean O'Malley would call him, Nick.
What does he call him?
I can't say it. One of you guys have to say it.
Font Rob? No, I don't know what he calls him. What does he call him?
Bob Rons. Okay. Versus Marlon Chito Vera. Alice, we'll start with you first. Let's keep these quick. It's on the show. Who do you got? Rob Font, Chito Vera.
I got Rob Font by beautiful performance of boxing.
Ooh, I love that answer. Nick, who do you got?
I got Marlon Vera by relentless pressure.
Oh, you guys are good. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna go with. They both sound nice. I'm gonna go with
adjective
Fabrant with beautiful. As you say, beautiful boxing or professional boxing?
Beautiful boxing.
Beautiful boxing.
Man, y'all forget his last couple fights, cardio insane, bro. His striking is so good. It's just Chito Vera. I feel like they're just gonna box, and Rob Font got some of the best boxing in the division.
You know what? I think Chito will engage in boxing because he's like, you know what? I've been training with Perillo a lot. I think I could take this guy out. He's going to be surprised, even though he does have pressure. Nick, I think you're wrong on this. We're moving on.
I think Fabrant's going to take his back, and then Marlon Vera's going to be like...
I know, huh? I hate that shit.
They get knocked out.
Instead of trying to get the person off, he just complains to the ref, like, really? You're going to let him do this? Like,
wait, why is he a full-on, like, Cholo, though, huh?
Because he has a little bit of a Cholo accent.
Yeah, he's a big boy all the time. That's why.
All right, guys, let's go to our heavyweight fight. Andre still fighting Y. Arlovsky versus Jake Lil Titties Collier.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you guys got?
I got Nick? Little tetas, bro. Little tetas. I'm going Jake.
You really
Collier.
got little tetas? You don't believe in Arlovsky anymore?
I do believe in Arlovsky, but I just want Jake Collier to get a W, and I think he's going to get a W, bro.
Oh, wow. Alex, who do you got?
Yeah, I got Jake.
Gun or you got the old gun?
I got Jake just because, I used to be a huge Andre fan, but just like his fights are so boring now. And it's just like,
so rude.
I want Jake to just make it exciting and win by like a finish or something. But I think Jake's going to win skill wise.
Here's where you guys are wrong. You're right. Jake is going to make it exciting, and that's where Andre does his best. At this point in his career, he's become a counter striker. The only way he wins is if someone goes crazy and he just gets a right hand in there. But he does have a weak chin, so we'll see. I'm going to go with Andre Arlovsky. All right, Andre Feely versus Joanne Calderwood Brito. What do you got? Alex?
This is a hard one. I think, honestly, I'm going to go Jonderson Brito.
Is it Joe Anderson? It's Joe Anderson, right?
Is it Joe Anderson? My bad.
Or Jonderson.
Jonderson. I like
I'm going to go Jonderson Burrito. Okay? I think he's going to win, and I feel like he'll probably eat a burrito after he wins this fight.
I hope he does. Nick?
I'm going to go with Feely. I like Feely. I think the experience is going to give him the edge.
Good take. I'm gonna go with.
Hey, you want it to be quick or not, bro? What do you want from me, bro? You want it to be quick? So I said, I think the experience is going to give him the edge because Joe Anderson is only his second fight in the UFC. Okay? What do you want from me?
I want you to talk more about Joseph Benavidez' style. So whatever. I'm going to go with Andre
Fili. I don't even know if he trains with them anymore.
Oh, they don't? My bad.
I don't know.
All right, guys. We got Jared Gordon versus Grant Dawson at a lightweight. Alex, who you got? Hair or no hair?
I got hair. I think Grant Dawson's going to win this fight. I think his striking and he's just a really well-rounded MMA fighter. He's with James Cross. It's a good team. I feel like he uses James Cross's like little style where they're walking, knees up, feints. I think he does it the best aside from James Cross. And I think he's just a little bit more skilled than Jared Gordon. So I have him winning.
Nick?
I got the same take. I think skill-wise, Grant Dawson is very good. He's always right there with all the guys he fights. He's on a crazy win streak. He can submit you. He can KO you. Jared Gordon, I think he's great, but I just don't think his skills are going to be enough to match with Grant Dawson.
Okay, Nick, let's try to keep it a quick pick, not so long. I'm going with Grant Dawson. All right, Darren Elkins versus Tristan Connolly. Alex, show Nick how it's done.
I got Tristan Connolly because honestly, Darren Elkins is tough, but I don't think he's that good. I think Tristan Connolly is going to win because he is good.
All right, Nick, don't mess this up. Go ahead.
I got Connolly.
You know what, guys? He tried. He's a little hurt.
Still long, but tried.
Still long. A little too long. A little too long for my taste, but still a great quick pick. We got Tristan Connolly. I'm going to go with Darren Elkins. I don't know why you guys love doubting vets at this age in their career, but whatever. Christoph Jotto versus Gerald Hamzat embarrassed you Mearshart. What do you guys got, Nick? You have a lot. You like Gerald. Whoa.
I got G by KO. I'm talking Hamzat style. He walks him into the corner into the right hand. That's what I think.
Isn't Christoph like a stand-up guy?
Yeah, and I think I doubled down on my pick. I doubled down on G3. Is that his nickname? That's his nickname.
Yeah,
G3
or something like that.
Bro, ever since you've been slandering Gerald Mearshart, I'm a fan, bro.
All right, fine. Alex, who you got?
Yeah, I think Jared. I'm the same. I think after that Hamza fight, he was so embarrassed that I think we've seen a different beast out of him because he's trying to erase that. So I think Gerald Mearshart is going to win, but I think he does it by submission.
Wow. Guys, this is why you're right. I'm going with Gerald Mearshart. I talk a lot of shit about him. You know what? It's time this guy wins a fight. Of course, like every week out here, MMA quick pick. There is one fight where we all have the same pick, and that is our boy G3. Let's go. Takes the belt from Hamzat in 3 years from now. I love that pick. Guys, thank you for watching the show. We love you very much. Make sure those are all the correct picks. Shout out to the Chicken Wing Ling Ling Army. We Out Here Army. You guys have been great. Comments down below about the hybrid fight between Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou. Let us know your take. Who wins the fight? Maybe they haven't explained all the rules, so maybe you guys can see or tell us what you think hybrid fight actually means. Make sure you follow Alex at LiftGod, Nick at Nick the Ear, myself at Gilbits. We love you very much. Play the music. I'm waiting for you, Alex. I'm just talking. I'm just spitting bars out here. And you know what? The professor from And One should be in the NBA. I said it.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the team. WOH is coming to